C# variables. So as we are aware, in every programming language like C#, Java, JavaScript, we need to declare variable names to store the values into the memory. So variable is a name storage location in memory that holds a value. The type of the variable determines what kind of data it can store, such as numbers, text, or objects. Variables in C# are fundamental to programming as they allow you to store, modify, and retrieve the data from the memory. So suppose in our program, we are declaring one integer type variable x is equal to 5. So in memory, there are different memory locations like 101, 102, and 104. So these are the memory address. So runtime environment will store this value at this location, suppose. So this memory is identified by variable name x. So runtime environment will store the 5 value at 101, and this 101 memory address would be identified by runtime environment by x variable name. To create a variable, you must specify the type and assign it a value. So the type is identified according to its data. So what kind of data we are going to assign, like numbers, text, or objects to that particular variable. So here string is a data type, name is a variable name, and Sunil is a value. So this is the syntax. So first we have to define a type of it, then variable name and the value which you want to assign to that particular variable name. So here int is a data type, I is a variable name, and 1, 2, 3 is a value. We can also declare variable without assigning any value to it like this. So int is a data type and j is a variable name. We can also declare many variables in single line of same data type. Int x is equal to 5, y is equal to 6, and z is equal to 50. So here x, y, and z all having the same data type, which is nothing but the integer. Declaration. When you declare a variable, you specify its type and name. Type determines what kind of value the variable can store, like int, string, or bool. Name and identifier you use to refer to the variable in your code. So int is the type and age is the identifier, that is also called as variable name. Here string is the data type and name is the variable name. Initialization. You can assign a value to variable at the time of declaration or later in code. So here int is the data type, age is the variable name, and 25 is a value which we want to assign to age variable. So whenever we declaring the variable, we can also assign a value to it. It is also called as initialization. So declaring and initializing age with value 25. Here string is the data type, name is a variable name, and John is a value to it. Declaring and initializing name with John over here. Assignment. You can change the value of variable later in your program. So suppose initially we have declared age variable of type integer and we are assigning 25 value to it. Now we want to update that value. So in our code, we simply write like this, age is equal to 30. So the now age variable contains 30 value instead of 25. Naming rules. So whenever we declare variables in our code, we need to follow some naming rules. Valid characters. Variable names can contain letters, digits, underscores, and the dollar sign. However, they cannot start with a digit. So in C#, this is not allowed. 1, 2, 3, x, y, z, or string variable 2, 3, 5, t is equal to Sunil. So this is not allowed in C#. Case sensitivity. As we are aware, C# is a case sensitive programming language. So variable names are also case sensitive. For example, here my variable and this my variable, between these m is smaller over here and m is capital over here. And in third variable name, all the letters are in capital. So those are considered different identifiers rather than same in C sharp. So it is a case sensitive language. No special characters. Avoid using spaces and special characters like at, hash, and percentage sign, and etc. in variable names. So C sharp not allows using spaces and special characters in variable names. Developer also need to follow some naming conventions whenever they want to declare variable names and function names and classes. So descriptive names, choose names that clearly describe the purpose of the variable like age, total price, customer name. So developer has to use some descriptive names instead of short names. Camel case. Use camel case for local variables and parameters. So whenever you want to declare local variables or function parameters, you need to follow camel case. So it is a good practice. So here first name and total amount. So in both variable names, the first character is in small letter and subsequent words, first character is in capital letter. In camel case, the first letter of the identifier is lowercase and each subsequent word starts with an uppercase letter. There are no spaces and underscores between words. Pascal case. So you need to follow Pascal case whenever you want to declare properties, methods, and class names. In Pascal case, the first letter of each word in identifier is uppercase with no spaces or underscores between words. So the difference between camel case and Pascal case, in camel case, the first letter of first word is in smaller case, but in Pascal case, every word's first character should be in capital letter like customer age. So there are different types of C sharp variables, read-only variables, local variables, instance variables, static variables, and constant variables.